Hey there guys, so our new story begins with our protagonist who's being tortured like a dog by royals and nobles. Some of them gave him a chance to strike, but he could only make a little glim of fire to attack. Those royals told him that a mage needs lineage, talent, and diligence to grow, which a commoner like him could never have, so that royal goon fires his spell to burn the protagonist to death. But instead of feeling despair and anger, our protagonist was enjoying the torment because he always desired to have this type of power, but with such a heavy wish, he perished into the air. And then, woke up beside a number of girls, lucky though, but bro felt threatened and thought he should defend himself and made a spectacular show of overpower. He was born as the 7th prince of the Saloon Kingdom, Prince Lloyd, so the whole capital was in celebration while the maids in charge of him felt their lives flashing out. Then a few years passed and Lloyd grows up. The kingdom was peaceful and prosperous. But the maids were having a hard time finding their little troublemaker. He looks like a girl, but Lloyd told the old mans to stay silent and pretend they never saw him. The old dude wanted to take Lloyd for hunting, but he had already slipped out of there. But one of them asked if it was important to gain connection with the youngest who has the smallest chance of getting the crown. But the old man told his underling that Lloyd is a magic prodigy who started learning spells right after his birth, and even refused to get nursing from his mother like a true gentleman. But more so, that blast is still fresh as day. They thought Lloyd as a father of sorcery, but he was just a commoner who was reborn as the 7th prince. He has his memories from his previous life, so his hunt to get knowledge on magic was still making him yearn for all the new and interesting magic-related things. But just as he picked his poison, his maid waifu found him and took his book. She's Silpha, and she's not just a caretaker, but she's also a teacher for Lloyd. She teaches the guy swordsmanship, and even as a kid, Lloyd was keeping up with her. Lloyd thought it's useless since he's not in the run for succession, but as a royalty. Silpha told him, it's his duty as a royal to be good with a sword as well. So Lloyd thought of showing off to get out of her lessons. With precision, he defends against Silpha with the same move that made her happy, but Lloyd knew Silpha was holding back quite a bit. And more so, Lloyd was using control-type magic to direct the same attack she threw at him, which means cheating, but Silpha's swordsmanship was truly splendid. And there Lloyd knew he lacks behind in front of a grown-up person. He can copy her moves but can't copy a grown-up body's advantages, so he decided to try out something to cheat. He grew the sword size, made his arm stronger, and finally levitated himself for height. He jumps in again and started even matching up to her, both round out equally. And Lloyd knew if Silpha fight her mirror image, just a bit of improvised attack should be enough to catch her off guard, so Lloyd goes with that plan. And tried to make his own move, but Silpha knew all along he was cheating and beats him with a smooth killer move down to the ground. She knew Lloyd used magic to fill in the gap, which makes her even more happy. She noticed Lloyd used 2 spells at once, a difficult task even for court mages. So Lloyd decided not to tell her that he was using 4 spells in total. Then she took Lloyd over to the bath to keep an eye on him, but the situation is like a Shota-kun anime. Silpha wanted to keep him close or else Lloyd would run out for the library again. And there 2 of their maids came in to tell him about the forbidden library where, a long time ago, a demon was sealed in the book, named Grimoire. Silpha knew that book was sealed in underground castle as per rumors, so she thought it was all a lie. So Silpha thought Lloyd won't get scared from such fairy tale, but they saw Lloyd was trembling and all the maids got excited to see his cute side. So a maid invited Lloyd to sleep with her if he was scared, and that sparked the cat fight to get Lloyd, but the boy in the topic was actually excited about forbidden magic and slips out of there. And then at night, he saw the underground way and used invisible magic to pass through the guards, but a kid just passed through them. And apparently the door to the underground was sealed by the 10 most powerful mages. But Lloyd broke the seal like it was a kid's play for him, and he saw his heaven in front of him and dives into the books of magic. But the book demon just woke up to intimidate Lloyd thinking he's a kid. He tries to lure Lloyd to unseal him and in return he promised to give out golds. But Lloyd saw through his empty promises that gold were of such low quality. Besides, Lloyd planned to replace the seal and never planned to release him in the first place. So Demon threw in ancient magic knowledge as well. Now that is called the perfect bribe for a magic junkie. And Demon saw Lloyd has neck for magic, so now, Lloyd unsealed the demon with the magic key, and after coming out of that book, He attacked Lloyd instantly to get rid of the nuisance, but the kid had already made a barrier, so Demon Grimoire tried to attack him again and threw fire at him one after another, but it had no effect at all. Lloyd had analyzed the properties of that magic and tried it out. It burned down his finger, and even though it was painful, it made him excited to try out more magic. Their demon made double head to double his power. He synchronized his two spells, using at once with many formula and flow of mana. Excitement got at its peak to learn it from him, so Grimoire tried to run out, but the barrier had already been deployed because they were under the royal castle. Grimoire was trapped now, and Lloyd created many other barriers and casted a complete annihilation spell inside there, so that took care of the demon, but he survived somehow. So Lloyd first restored the whole underground library in a flash, and Grimoire survived because demons can't die by magic, so Lloyd was curious how, and before becoming a test subject, Grimoire pledged his loyalty to Lloyd, but his appearance was a problem, so Grimoire changed it to a cute little goat to charm Lloyd, and he told Grimoire to stick close to him, and while doing so, he feels the bottomless pit of mana Lloyd possesses, so messing with him is out of the question. And that's how episode 1 ends right there, but stay tuned to watch more of the episode, and until then, like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel to watch more newly released anime episode recaps, so take care.